Some stories aren't meant to be shared. They're meant to be buried. But secrets have weight. And eventually, they ask to be heard. This is a fair confessions. Where desire crosses lines, silence becomes dangerous, and the truth lives in the moments no one sees. This is a fair confessions. And this is the story I never thought I'd say out loud. There are mistakes that feel distant. And then there are the ones that live right next door. This was the second kind. I didn't fall in love. I unraveled. It began with proximity, with familiarity, with someone so close they felt harmless. A neighbor, someone I saw without effort, without intention, someone who slowly became unavoidable. At first, it was nothing more than recognition. The way routine softens strangers. The way repeated presence creates comfort. Then came the pauses, moments that lingered too long. A look held just past politeness. A silence heavy enough to feel. I noticed my body before my conscience did. And that terrified me. There was no plan, no decision, just the quiet erosion of boundaries I thought were solid. Proximity is dangerous like that. It doesn't demand bravery. It doesn't ask you to leap. It only asks you not to step back. And I didn't. The first time we crossed the line, it wasn't dramatic. No urgency, no rush, just closeness. Too close. The kind of closeness that doesn't touch, but still changes everything. From that moment on, my home was no longer neutral. Every sound sharpened my nerves. Every shared space felt charged. I learned the rhythm of their presence. The timing of doors. The weight of footsteps. Secrecy didn't feel like hiding. It felt like slipping between cracks. That was the seduction. Nothing about it felt reckless. Which made it impossible to stop. There is a sensuality in restraint. In what isn't said. In what can't be touched. Every near miss carried more intensity than contact ever could. Every moment felt suspended, fragile, electric, doomed. But beneath the romance was something colder. Fear, not of being discovered, but of what I was becoming. I started measuring my days by proximity. By chances. By almost. I stopped being present in my own life. And slowly, quietly, I disappeared from it. The tragedy wasn't the affair. It was the division. Two lives separated by a few feet of space. And belonging fully to neither. I told myself it meant something. That it filled a void. But the truth was uglier. It didn't fill anything. It carved. One morning, sunlight spilled across my floor, soft and ordinary, and something collapsed inside me. I was standing in my own home. And I felt like an intruder. That's when the weight finally landed. Not passion. Not desire. Loss. Endings aren't always loud. Ours was quiet enough to feel unreal. No accusations. No closure. Just two people acknowledging what had already died. I walked back into my space and felt the absence immediately. Not relief. Absence. Like something had been removed, but the wound remained. I still see them sometimes. Passing glances. Neutral expressions. The world continues, indifferent to private catastrophes. But I carry it. The knowledge that temptation doesn't always arrive as chaos. Sometimes it arrives as comfort. As familiarity. As something close enough to feel safe. And by the time you realize it isn't, you've already lost the one place that should have protected you. Your home. This is a fair confessions. Stories about desire, secrecy, and the quiet moments where everything changes.